Michelle and Nathan, we are learning that the Canadian on board, according to family, is a dentist from Mississauga. She has a husband who lives there and a one-year-old son between the two of them. The husband speaking to the Canadian press and confirming that she was believed to be on board that flight. Her name is Nirali Suresh Kumar Patel, and the husband also confirming to the Canadian press that he is trying to book a flight at this hour for himself and their one-year-old child to try and get to India. Now, this plane crash happening earlier today. We know that there were 242 people on board, more than 200 at the very least confirmed dead. We know that there have been reports from local media that there has been one lone survivor found as well. So this Air India flight AI-171 crashed roughly 5 minutes after taking off at around 1:30 local time. It's a Boeing 787 Dreamliner. The flight was leaving Ahmedabad, a city in northwestern India with a population of roughly 5 million people, for Gatwick Airport in London. According to flight radar, the plane's signal was lost seconds after takeoff when the plane only reached a height of about 200 meters. It gave a mayday call to air traffic control shortly after takeoff. There are still a lot of questions about what went wrong and how and why it quickly plummeted. But what's even worse was that it crashed into a building that housed young student doctors that work in local hospitals. The local medical association has said that there are some medical students missing, and local reports have also confirmed that at least 5 medical students have been killed. So we're not just talking about fatalities from the plane itself, but also on the ground, seeing that it crashed into a building housing medical students. We know that there are people from 4 different countries on board. That one Canadian we mentioned, 169 Indian nationals, 53 Britons, 7 Portuguese people, and Reuters also saying at least 11 children, Michelle and Nathan, were on board. Roughly 100 bodies have been recovered. There are still fluctuating numbers on how many are dead. We know 242 on board, and local reports confirming at least 1 survivor in seat 11A.
That is, I mean,
remarkable.
It's remarkable. First of all, one can only imagine just how excruciating it is for all the families of all these victims, and then that there is, in fact, one survivor. Hopefully, this survivor will be able to provide a whole bunch of insight into what actually happened on that plane. Investigation-wise, real quick, where do things go from here?
Yeah, so we know that India is spearheading this investigation because the plane was actually manufactured in the United States, it being a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, the first of its kind to actually ever be in a crash. The U.S. is also sending a team down there to take part in the investigation. We know that the United Kingdom is also sending a team because that was the destination to take part in this investigation. So the 3 countries coming together to figure out what went wrong. They'll look at the black box, the data from the plane itself. We know Mark Carney, the Prime Minister, has also said he's devastated to learn of the crash of a London-bound Air India plane in Ahmedabad, and said Canada's transportation officials are in close contact with counterparts. Meanwhile, Boeing has said we're in contact with Air India and stand ready to support them in any way possible. So a lot happening at this hour. As we mentioned, this plane crash only happening about 7 or 8 hours ago, Nathan and Michelle. The death toll, once again, not confirmed, but at least 200 dead, 1 survivor, and a lot more feared to be dead, as this death toll is expected to keep climbing. Back over to you.
CTV's Kamil Karamali live in the National Newsroom. Thank you.
You're welcome.